The 24th Apec leaders meeting in Vladivostok in eastern Russia is focusing on boosting trade and regional stability in the face of the Eurozone crisis and the global downturn. I spoke to Rich Lavin, group president of Caterpillar, who is attending the Apec CEO summit in Vladivostok, and I asked him what his company hopes to accomplish from the summit.
There's a lot of discussion that goes on, there's no question about it, both in the formal meetings and perhaps more importantly outside of the formal meetings. But there is really quite a bit of work that gets done here. In fact, the agenda, I would say, is really tight. We're dealing with some very important issues, and we expect to come away from this meeting with some good understandings, I would say, not only with Russia, but also with the other economies, as to how we move ahead on a variety of issues. Infrastructure is most important.
Now, you've mentioned your presence in Russia, and according to the first Deputy Prime Minister, the Russian government expects the summit to help attract investment to Russia and to remove suspicions about the country's efforts to invest abroad. So what is Caterpillar's expansion strategy for Russia specifically?
Well, right now in Russia, we're expanding our manufacturing facility in Tasno outside of St. Petersburg. We also have announced plans to build a truck assembly manufacturing facility in Novosibirsk. So those are two plans that we've announced, but we're also working very closely with the local supply base in order to expand their capacity, improve their capability, and really ramp up the local supply to our manufacturing facilities. So we're looking inside of Caterpillar, if you will. We're looking at what we need in order to take advantage of the opportunities in Russia, but we're also working very closely with our supply base to expand their capacity and expand their capability as well.
Now, Caterpillar is the world's leading manufacturer of construction and mining equipment and is regarded as an economic bellwether. So given that, what is your outlook for the Chinese economy?
Well, our outlook for the Chinese economy continues to be quite optimistic, both in the short term and the long term. We've had, I would say, a very purposeful, strategic approach to building out our business in China over the past 15 years. We think the prospects for growth in China today are the same as they were 2 years ago. The pace of growth has slowed somewhat in China, both in the economy overall and in our industry specifically. So we've had to, I would say, calibrate our growth plans. But right now we have 18 manufacturing facilities in China. We have 9 more facilities that are either under construction or expansion.
What would you say is your biggest concern about the global economy right now?
I'd say our biggest concern about the global economy is uncertainty in Europe. The European situation has been uncertain for a period of time now. Our view is that the EU members are going to find a way to deal with the debt situation and deal with it in such a way that will be least disruptive. How that ultimately turns out is a question at this point, but we're confident that the EU authorities will deal with that situation and minimize the impact on the global economy.